Hello, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining us once again. If you are tuning in for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss important updates from around South Africa. Today we have a story that sparked fierce debate online and in communities across the country, and it involves a Nigerian man who says he has the right to call himself a South African. Stick with me until the end so you can hear where this story comes from and verify everything for yourself. A video has been circulating in South African online circles where a Nigerian man standing in public boldly declares that he considers himself a South African. He made the statement during an informal gathering captured on camera by bystanders. The clip shows him explaining that after living in the country for several years, working and contributing to society, he believes he has earned the right to identify as a South African. The moment sparked strong reactions with viewers across identity, politics, social cohesion, and immigration issues. Community members in the video can be heard questioning him, saying nationality does not come automatically with time spent in the country. He responds calmly that citizenship is a human right or a personal identity. Despite not holding South African paperwork, according to reports, the man arrived legally as a work permit holder several years ago and transitioned to other legal statuses but never obtained permanent residence or citizenship. Following the clip going viral, public commentary ranged from support to condemnation. Many South Africans issued mixed reactions online. Some felt his perspective was understandable in a globalized world, while others argued that South African nationality is defined by law, not sentiment. His case triggered conversations around naturalization laws, the rights of migrants, and the meaning of belonging. Authorities and legal experts have weighed in. The Department of Home Affairs issued a statement clarifying that nationality in South Africa is governed by the Constitution and by immigration and citizenship laws. Individuals require lawful permanent residence and a formal citizenship process before they can legally call themselves citizens. Additionally, misrepresenting one's citizenship could result in criminal charges if used to circumvent immigration control. Some experts say his story reflects a broader feeling among migrants who become deeply integrated into local communities. They pay taxes, work in formal or informal sectors, start businesses, or volunteer in neighborhood projects, yet still feel excluded by formal nationality laws. The sentiment has surfaced in many global cities and communities where identity becomes more than just paperwork. The man's declaration has also opened up debate in political circles among civil society groups. There have been calls for more flexible pathways to citizenship for long-term residents, especially those who have lived here more than 5 to 10 years. Many point to the fact that bureaucracy and cost make it difficult for migrants to regularize their status. At the same time, critics warn that opening nationality pathways too easily could lead to abuse of the system. They say South Africa's immigration system is already under strain and that citizenship must remain a legally defined status rather than a subjective identity. Everyone's on edge about ensuring fairness and preventing misuse of national documentation. In the video, local residents raise concerns about economic competition, stating that migrants who live like locals have access to jobs that South Africans need. They question whether someone who holds no local ID can claim benefits or social grants, even though he insists he contributes to society through employment or business activity. Others argue that community integration is real when responsibilities and contributions outweigh paperwork. Identity is shaped by action, not just legal status. They say neighborhoods where migrants and locals live side by side long enough start to blur lines of who belongs, especially when children grow up speaking local languages and attending schools in township communities. Some legal scholars note that under constitutional law there is no provision to self-identify as a South African without completing legal routes to citizenship. They emphasize that attempts to claim citizenship without legal status could hinder asylum claimants or official immigration processes by undermining credibility of the system. Immigration activists have seized on the story to push for reform. They say creating forms of long-term residency with limited rights but stable presence could help people like this man without undermining constitutional provisions. Citizenship should be earned, not stolen, but process must be accessible. Meanwhile, political parties have capitalized on the narrative too. Some parties used his remarks to highlight strict immigration stances calling for enforcement first and citizenship later. Others used the debate to promote inclusive national identity, arguing that South Africa should expand the idea of citizenship beyond birth and paperwork. Amid all this, the man in the video has kept a low profile. He has not identified himself publicly nor criticized authorities. Instead, he framed his message around belonging, dignity, and his right to be seen. He stated he pays rent, drives locally, contributes taxes either formally or informally, and interacts daily with South African residents, saying South Africa is home to him. Across social media, many South Africans have commented that identity is more than a birth certificate. One user quipped that if citizenship was just feeling, he'd have applied by feeling at birth. Another said if feelings counted, we'd make Valentine's Day a national holiday instead. These discussions reflect larger questions facing South Africa post-democracy. How do we define community and belonging? What rights should migrants earn through integration? And how do we protect both the rule of law and the dignity of those who call this country home in every sense except legal? All the images shown in this video are for illustration purposes only and do not depict the man involved or locations in the video. They are used to help visualize the story and make it clearer for you to follow. If you want to verify what we discussed here, you can check statements from the Department of Home Affairs, remarks by legal experts in South African media outlets, commentary from migrant rights groups, and coverage by reputable platforms that have discussed the specific incident and broader debates around citizenship reform. Now, to end on a lighter note, let us bring in some local humor because debate hot as this still needs a moment of levity. Someone joked, well, if he feels South African, we'd better give him load shedding on his birthday. Another one quipped, if feelings made passports, we'd all be citizens by now. And another said, if everyone who paid rent in Sandton could call themselves citizens, I'd have applied a decade ago. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think.